Special thanks to Patreon supporter Yeg Tiger for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared24 here bringing you another Minecraft World War II aircraft tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Junkers Ju-390C. The Junkers Ju-390 was a German long-range derivative of the Junkers Ju-290 aircraft, intended to be used as a heavy transport aircraft, maritime patrol aircraft, and long-range bomber. It was one of the aircraft designs submitted for the abortive America Bomber project, along with the Messerschmitt Me-264, the Focke-Wulf TA-400, and the Heinkel HE-277. Two prototypes were created by attaching an extra pair of inner wing segments onto the wings of the Ju-290 airframes and adding new sections to lengthen the fuselages. The first prototype, V1, was modified from the Ju-90 V6 airframe. It made its maiden flight on October 20th, 1943 and performed well, resulting in an order for 26 aircraft to be named the Ju-390A1. None of these aircraft had been built by the time that the project was cancelled. In mid-1944. The second prototype, the V2, was longer than the V1 because it was constructed from a Ju-290 airframe. The maritime reconnaissance and long-range bomber versions were to be called the Ju-390B and the Ju-390C, respectively. So the version we have in front of us here is the C model, which would have been the long-range bomber equivalent of the Ju-390 project. It's a pretty cool build, absolutely massive behemoth, and probably one of our biggest World War II planes we've done to date. It's a pretty simplistic build and pretty straightforward. It's really not anything too complicated, but it is a really cool build and would make an awesome addition to any of your kind of late war scenarios, and if you're looking for a cargo transport aircraft or some sort of really big German bomber. Now, with that, let's go ahead and dive in here to take a look at the build. So we do have this aircraft done up in a color scheme. This is done up in like the winter color scheme, which I've done for some of my aircraft before. So we have basically a two-tone gray camouflage on top, and then basically kind of a white underbelly on the bottom of the aircraft. You can obviously change this aircraft, do it all green if you want to, or change it however you want. But this right here is just the camouflage pattern we'll be going with, as I do believe this is based off the War Thunder model. So start off with, we do have a quad-mounted gun defense turret in the front here. So this is what's going to kind of set this apart from the other versions of the Ju-390 project. The earlier versions kind of had an actual nose. This one here has basically the nose a little chopped off and in its place put in some machine guns there. This is the bomber version, so it does have a bit more aircraft defense capabilities. So it has some guns on the bottom here. The ball turrets on the roof as well. And also a tail gunner located in the back. Obviously, you have your wings here. Really unique about this aircraft, it has 6 engines, so something a little bit more abnormal than typical. So a very large wingspan, as you can see also. Further back on the tail, we have the twin FERT setup, the horizontal stabs that go across, and basically the body of the aircraft. So pretty straightforward build. It really isn't anything too complex when you really look at it and really kind of break it down, but it is going to be a bit of a longer tutorial, so just be prepared that this will be a long tutorial. This is also going to be the tutorial only for the in-flight version, as the landed version does sit at quite a bit of an angle, so it would require a completely different design. Anyways though, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so moving into our first layer here, we will be going ahead and start with layer 3. We'll start with layer 3 because layer 3 is going to give us a better kind of basis of the build to build off of, rather than starting with layers 1 or 2 where things can be a little bit more confusing. So we're starting with this just to get a nice solid base, and then we're going to build layers 1 and 2 onto it, and then all the layers going up. Real quick thing to mention is if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials, I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means, I'm going to build the center line of the entire aircraft, and then I'm going to build the right side. It'll be up to you guys to take the right side and copy it over to the left side. The first layer here, layer 3, is completely symmetrical, so whatever we do on one side will be done to the other. However, once we get to layers 1 and 2, we will have a bit of asymmetry, and we'll worry about that a little bit more once we get to that point. However, for the time being, anything we do on the right side will be copied over to the left side, and all that. So with that, let's go and dive into it. Now, as I mentioned before, this is going to be the in-flight model only. The landed version would sit at an angle, and obviously we can't really represent that here too well without completely changing the models. So we're going to be going ahead and doing this only in flight, so I'm not going to give you guys any length from the ground to build upwards. You can build this however high in the sky you want it. To go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and using polished diorite. We're going to place down a long row of polished diorite all the way down the center line of our build here. And this is going to be a length of 42 blocks. So quite a long row, but it's going to be going from the front to the back, just like that, a long row of polished diorite. After that's all complete, going up here to the front of the build, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 pistons upside down. If you are not on Java and don't have access to a tool called the debug stick, I would recommend instead of the pistons to place down a polished diorite upside down stair and then a polished diorite top slab. So again, let me go ahead and just grab a stair here to show you guys what I'm talking about. But this here is basically an alternative for you, is to place down a upside down stair and a top slab instead of the 2 pistons. After that, we're going to place down our top slab and then an iron trapdoor here on the tip of it to go ahead and create our front. After that, we're going to go ahead and go to the rear of the aircraft. So back here, we're going to place down 2 pistons. This can again be substituted for a polished diorite block and then a probably a polished diorite upside down stair, so like that. Then we're going to place down 2 polished diorite top slabs and then 2 iron trapdoors to go ahead and finish it off. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and go off this iron trapdoor with 1 trapdoor, then 1 going forward, then 2 top slabs. Again, we're going to have 2 pistons here. Instead of the pistons, I'd recommend probably placing down 2 upside down stairs instead. But for us, we're going to go ahead and place down our pistons. So we have our 2 pistons on the bottom there upside down. We then want to take our polished diorite and bring it all the way to the front. So we're going to go ahead and run this row all the way along the side of our diorite blocks until we're even with the last block up on the front. So we're going to continue forward until we get to here, and then we're going to place down our upside down blocks like this on the bottom here, or pistons. Again, you can use the substitution of a stair and top slab instead. Top slab on the front here and an iron trapdoor like that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some white stained glass panes. We're going to place down 2 panes coming off these 2 blocks here, and then we're going to place down 2 diorite walls next to those panes going back. We're going to place down a row of polished diorite back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35 of these blocks back, and then 2 diorite walls directly after that. And then on these 2 blocks here, we're going to place down 2 skeleton skulls. If you have the upside down stairs, I probably wouldn't place the skulls, but we have the skulls there definitely for the pistons there. And just to double check this row of diorite, I just want to make sure that I have this correct, and it is going to be 35 blocks in total. So just make sure that that is 35 blocks on the side there. And I realized I forgot to turn my shaders off for that section, so I do apologize for that. But once we have everything set up there, this is what we basically should have so far for our fuselage. Now at this point, we're going to be going ahead and now working on our wings. And our wings here are going to be a little bit time consuming to say the very least. Now to start off with, we're going to be going ahead and needing to figure out where we need to start our wings. So we're going to go and go along the polished diorite, and we're going to go and count on the side here until we get to our 14th block. So this right here is going to be our 14th block. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And we have a start here for our polished diorite. Now this row of polished diorite that's going to extend out to the side of the wings is going to be a total of 24. So we have 1 already. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 out to the side there like so. We then want to go ahead and go 1 like this, then 1 back, and then we're going to go 1 back like this at an angle. And then we want to go ahead and then go 2 at an angle toward the fuselage, and then we're going to go ahead and go 1 more back like this to the side, and we're going to bring this row of polished diorite all the way to the fuselage of the aircraft. And you should have an outline that looks something like this. Once you have that all done, we can go ahead and fill this in with our polished diorite. So once we have that filled in, we should get basically that nice solid part there for the wing. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and count to our 5th block. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this block here, we're going to place down a diorite full block that goes back, followed by a second one, and then we're going to place down an upside down stair. We're also going to place down 2 upside down stairs of diorite stairs like that to the sides of it like so for the bottom of our first engine there. After that, we want to go ahead and skip a total of 8 spaces over. So we have our full block here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our 8th full block here. We're going to go ahead and place down there polished direct full block. And make sure you're not going off the stairs. You want to go ahead and go off of this block here. So from this block, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our 8th block is going to sit right here. We're going to go do the same thing we did there for that engine. So we have our 2 polished direct full blocks, an upside down stair, and upside down stairs on the sides of those blocks, like so. And that's going to set up those inner 2 engines. Now, after we have that done, we're going to go and take our polished direct, and we're going to go and go forward from where we have the stairs and the full blocks, and we're just going to kind of line this up, place down 3 polished direct full blocks, and we're going to go do a total of 4 of these rows. Or actually, sorry, a total of 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these rows going forward like that. Then we're going to take our black concrete, and we'll place down 1, 2, 3 black concrete blocks. We're going to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to do the same thing. So again, line up with those blocks there. And again, we have our 6 rows going forward. And then we have our row 3 of black concrete. And then our very outer row, it's going to be a little bit different as we're going to have to count off. But we're going to go ahead and basically count from this block here. We're going to go ahead and skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces over. And we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 polished direct. And we're going to go do the same thing going forward. So we have our rows like so. And we're going to have our 6 rows of 3. And then our black concrete on the front there. And we can delete any blocks we place to count out the side there. But basically you should have 3 of those engines set up with a space of 5 in between them. Now once we get to this point here on the front of the aircraft, we're going to go ahead and basically make the engines here. So we're going to place down a black concrete block on the middle block and then an iron bar to the sides of them. We then want to go ahead and place down an additional black concrete block forward, and this is going to be followed with a wither skeleton skull on the tip. So again, one more black concrete block down the middle here, and a wither skeleton skull on the tip. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a iron trap door. We're going to place it on the side here of the iron bar, the black concrete block, and then 2 more back on top of those 2 rows of 3 of polished direct. So we're going to do the same thing on both sides here. Now a quick thing to throw in here is that if you do not have access to the debug stick, so you're on a version other than Java, I would recommend going ahead and using birchwood trapdoors as an alternative for this section here, as we will be going ahead and using a debug stick to close those trapdoors. What I mean by that, for Java players, we're going to type in the command /give @p Minecraft:/debug_stick. This command here, pressing enter, will give us this glowing stick. What we're going to do is we're going to left click each one of these trapdoors until we get selected open false prompt pop up, and we're going to go and right click them to set them to true and close the trapdoors to lay flat against the sides here of the engines. So just like that, we'll be doing this for each one of our engines, and we get something that looks like that there for the front. Now after we have that complete, we're going to take our polished direct top slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 across this middle space here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between engines, these first 2 engines, and then between our second and third engine, again a row of 5 going across there like so. Now at this point, we're going to be going ahead and set up our slab outline. So for our slab outline, we're going to go ahead and go off of these direct full blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 top slabs like that out to the side there. Now after those 3 top slabs, we want to go ahead and then reseed this and do another row of 3. So we're going to go off those 3 top slabs there. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, like that. Then once we get to this point here, we're going to go back from this polished direct top slab, and we're going to place down 2 out to the side like that. So you have 3, 3, 2. We're going to go ahead and then go 1 back from this, and then we want to go ahead and go 3 at an angle. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, like that, at a straight angle going back. We're going to go and then do another one that goes back, but this time it's going to be 2 to the side. And then we're going to do another row like this time 3 to the side. So your wingtip is going to look like that. So you have 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Then after we have that, we're going to go ahead and go off of this slab here. Go back like this, 1 into the middle. And we're going to go ahead and bring this row all the way across until we connect up to the side of the aircraft. So where the stairs are, we're just going to go ahead and skip over that spot, but it's going to go ahead and run right next to the stairs. And it's going to go back all the way to this point here. Now once we have that done, we're just going to go ahead and fill in the remaining spaces left open in the wing here with our top slabs. So again, just go ahead and fill this all in with your direct top slabs. And just like that, we have that all filled in for our wing, and we're going to go ahead and now moving on to our trap doors. So our trapdoors here, we're going to go ahead and start off with by going ahead and go into the second row 3 here. So this row here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 iron trapdoors. Then we want to go ahead and go back and out to the side. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2. Then back from this second one, we're going to place down 2 more. So you have a total of 3 here. Then we're going to go ahead and go to the side and back 3. Then again to the side and back 3. And then we want to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to go ahead and then go back 1 like so. And we're going to go ahead and take this row of iron trapdoors and run it all the way along the side here until we connect up to the fuselage of the aircraft. So like that. And then like we did before, it's just about filling in the outline here between the slabs and the outline of trapdoors to go ahead and fill this whole underside of the wing in. And just like that, we have it basically all filled in for the bottom of our wing, and that will basically be what we're using to go off of when we get into the next layers. So with that all filled in, that is our wing complete for this segment. You'll be taking that same design and copying over to the other side, so you get a nice overview that looks something just like this. And once you have that all complete, that is going to wrap up everything I have there for layer number 3 of the build. And with that, we'll be going ahead and dropping down to layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2 of the build. For layer 2, we're going to be going ahead and dropping down to the bottom here of our fuselage. And we want to go ahead and start off by going ahead and going to our 1, 2, and our third polished direct block back down the center of the build. We're going to go ahead and replace this glass, or we're going to place underneath that block a black stained glass pane, followed by a second one, and then we're going to place down 3 diorite walls, then a white stained glass pane, and then a black stained glass pane, and that's going to be the center down your build. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a black concrete block that's going to come off this second glass pane here, and then another brick upside down stair going forward of it. We then want to place down an end rod, and then a second end rod going forward from that another brick stair like so. Behind this stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 polished diorite, then another brick upside down stair here, and then again 2 end rods going back like so. We're going to do the same thing over on the side, to the side. So we have our white stained glass pane, our black stained glass pane, and then our 3 diorite walls, and our 2 black stained glass panes forward for this little under gun position. And then underneath the black concrete and the 4 polished diorite, we're going to place down 5 iron trapdoors on the bottom there, like so. With that all complete, that is going to finish that little gun pod there. And we're going to go to the side over here on the left. That's kind of from this polished diorite wall. And we're going to place down a birchwood fence post that goes down, and then an end rod down from that like so. And that's going to be on that a little bit off to the side there. And then also to this side here, we're going to place down an end rod like so. Now, depending on your game version, we want to go ahead and also place down a, we can either place down a skeleton skull like this, and then an end rod coming off of it, or we can place down a block here, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a lever in this space. We're going to take our debug stick here, left click this till we get selected facing, and we can rotate it around so it comes off like that, so it kind of creates a, better kind of flow of blocks right there. Again, kind of just depends on what game version you're on and what you're able to do there. So that's what we're going to do there. Now, in addition, one thing I did forget from the previous layer is we do want to go ahead and take birchwood signs and place them on the side here of these pistons. So just go ahead and make sure that gets added to the sides there. Now, after that's all done, that's really all we have here on the bottom of the fuselage. Pretty easy stuff there. And really what we're going to be working on next is going to be our engines. Now, our engines here are pretty straightforward. We're going to be going ahead and grabbing some iron bars, some stairs, some black concrete, of course, some polished diorite here, and some white stained glass panes, some diorite walls, and that should be about what we need. So for our middle engines, we're going to be going ahead and placing down and this right here is where everything gets back to normal, so there's no more asymmetry. Whatever we do here for these engines will be done on both sides. We're going to start off by placing down an iron bar underneath this second black concrete block, and then we're going to place down a upside down polished diorite stair on the corners like that. We're going to go ahead and then go back from this with 1, 2, and 3 stairs, so you have a total of 4, and 1, 2, 3. Black concrete block in the middle there, and then 2 polished diorite blocks back. We're going to place down 2 more polished diorite blocks back, and then 2 white stained glass panes here to the sides of those engines. And then taking our polished diorite, we're going to place down a row of 3, a second row of 3, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 rows of 3 going back. We're going to go ahead and then place down 1 and 2 blocks down the center, and then a polished diorite stair on the back here. We're going to place down a diorite wall here, and then a white stained glass pane to go ahead and form the engines up like that for our middle ones. Now we're going to do the same exact thing here for this engine. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. It's going to be a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to go ahead and build this a little bit faster and not really explain it. Again, it's the same thing as the engine on the insides that we just did. So if you do get stuck at all, just go ahead and refer back to that engine. And we have this like that. Boom, 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 boom. And this on both sides here. So that right there is going to form up our 2 engines that are going to be on the inside. The third one is a little bit different, so let's go ahead and jump into that. So moving on to the third engine, it's going to be the same kind of setup we used previously. So this right here is going to be started with our iron bar here, then our black concrete behind it. Then we have our 2 diorite stairs to both sides, and then we have 1 and 2 more diorite stairs back, so a total of 4. Again, 2 blocks in the center there. This space here, we're going to go ahead and then place down a total of 6 full blocks back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the center. And then we just want to go ahead and place down 2 polished diorite slabs back after that. On the sides of all those diorite blocks, we're going to go ahead and place down white stained glass panes all the way along the sides here like this to go ahead and complete the engine. So that is the outer engine, bit simpler, but that is going to be, again, your outboard most engine, and then our 2 inboard ones are going to be the previous design we used. Anyways, though, that is going to conclude everything there is there for layer number 2 of the build. Again, here is a top-down view. Not much has really changed from the top-down view, but this is what it looks like so far from up above. Anyways, though, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 2, and let's move on to layer number 3. Moving on to layer 1, we're going to be going ahead and going solely here to the bottom of our engines and basically adding on here. Now, most of this is really just going to be making these kind of more extended wheel pods, which are located here for the kind of innermost engines. The outer engine we're really not going to be touching too much. Now for this, we're going to be starting off with going ahead and taking some iron trap doors. We're going to place it underneath that iron bar, and then 1, 2, and 3 more back, so you have a total of 4 there on the front. For our innermost engine, we're going to go ahead and start off by, once we get to this first row 3 of polished diorite, we're going to place down a slab coming down from the middle there. We're going to go ahead and then place down a full block behind this, and then another slab to the side of both that full block. After that, we're going to place down 3 full blocks down the center. And on both sides of those 3 full blocks, we're going to have 3 upside down polished diorite stairs. Then another full block back, this time a polished diorite slab to both sides, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 slabs going back down the center here, as well as a slab in this space here. So just like that there, and we're going to do the same thing for our other engine, so the middle engine here. So you have our slab, full block, slab to both sides. Then we have 1, 2, 3 full blocks, polished diorite stairs on the sides of those blocks. Another full block in the center, polished diorite slab to both sides, a row of 3 of slabs, and then 1 slab down the middle. So again, just like that, same thing for both sides there. Our outermost engine, we're just going to go ahead and place down a row of iron trapdoors on the bottom of the iron bar, black concrete, and the 2 diorite blocks. So just like that, real simple. And that's going to be your outer engine complete and our inner engines. And with that, that's going to be all we have for layers 1 through 3. And we'll be going ahead and now moving our way up the aircraft now for starting off with layer 4. Alright guys, so moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. Now one quick thing I want to go ahead and mention here with layer 4 is we do start to get into the top of the aircraft that is going to be basically that camouflage, that 2-tone gray color. For the sake of the tutorial, to make things easier, I'm going to be going ahead and building it just entirely in the stone color. We'll be talking about the camouflage at the end of the video, but just note that we will be building those parts that are going to be that 2-tone gray in just stone for right now, and you'll have to go back and add the darker gray later on. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place down a gray concrete block on top of this iron trapdoor here with a wither skeleton skull coming off it going forward. Behind that, we're going to place down a black stained glass block and a black concrete block like that to go ahead and create the front. And that's going to be it for the front center line. Moving all the way back to the tail of the aircraft, on top of the last 2 iron trapdoors, we're going to place down 2 polished diorite blocks on top of those, followed by an additional 2 that stick out past the back of the aircraft. At this point right here, we're going to place down 2 pistons. An alternative to the 2 pistons can be a polished diorite upside down stair and then a top slab coming off those where those blocks are instead. However, again, we'll be using pistons for Java. We're going to then place down 2 polished diorite top slabs and 2 iron trap doors. That right there is going to form your center line of the aircraft. Now going out to the sides now, we're going to place down 2 iron trap doors. So one coming off this one here and one here. Then we have our 2 diorite top slabs. And then once we get to this point here, I would recommend probably another top slab and then an upside down stair here. For us though, again, we'll be using our pistons. So we're going to place down our 2 upside down pistons here instead. We're going to go ahead and then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 polished diorite full blocks going forward. Coming off these blocks, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diorite walls. And then we're going to place down 4 white stained glass panes like that along the sides. Going forward from the walls, we're going to place down a row of diorite that's going to go pretty much all the way to the front here. So it's going to be a long row. And it's going to go all the way to the front and end on top of this diorite wall right here. So this row right here should be a total of 37 blocks in length. We're going to go ahead and then place down 2 diorite walls, then 2 white stained glass panes forward from those walls. On the inside here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 polished diorite blocks. And this is important. For the camouflage, we will be placing down 2 diorite blocks. So not polished diorite, but just 2 diorite blocks. Then another gray concrete block here, and a black stained glass pane here in this corner space. Coming off this black stained glass pane, we're going to place down 2 end rods forward. On the side of this glass pane, we're going to place down a sign. And coming off the side of this gray concrete block, we're going to grab an item frame, place down an item frame, and in that item frame, we're going to place down a gray concrete block like so. If you're on Java, we can also go ahead and place a dark oak sign on the side of that gray concrete block. So that right there is basically what we should have for the fuselage of the aircraft. At this point now, we'll be going ahead and working on our wings. So obviously our wings here are going to be the more longer section of the build. So let's go ahead and jump into this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our second kind of row back that's on the wings. We're going to place down 3 pistons, then 3 stone blocks, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pistons, then 3 stone blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pistons, and 1, 2, 3 stone blocks like that out to the side. Now after we have that done, we're going to take our pistons and we're going to go ahead and go all the way out to those iron trapdoors where they end, just like that, to go ahead and finish that row off like so. Now once we have that done, we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves some stone stairs and some stone slabs. We're going to place down a stone full block coming off each one of the middle stone blocks in those rows there. And then to both sides of that stone full block, we're going to place down a stone stair. Then we want to go ahead and place stone slabs along the remaining polished diorite slabs, all the way along this row, out to the side there, until you end on top of that last slab there, like that. Now once we have that done, we're going to take our stone and we're going to place down 2 rows of stone. These here are going to go all the way along the side here and bring us all the way to the line with our pistons. So right here. And then our next row is going to do the same thing. So again, all the way along the side here until we're in line with that other row of stone, like so. Once we have that all done, we're going to go ahead and then take our stone slabs and we're going to go ahead and go to the trailing edge and we're going to go ahead and place down a row of stone slabs all the way across these iron trapdoors right here. We can also take our stone full blocks and just build a row all the way across here of stone connecting the front to the back here. Then across from the stone, we're going to place down 1 and 2 more stone full blocks, which will be followed by 1, 2, 3 pistons. And then we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 stone full blocks. Stone slabs. After those stone slabs, we're going ahead and placing down a row of daylight detectors. So we have 1, 2, 3, or really just a row all the way that connects up to the side here. So I'm not going to count those. And then we're going to go ahead and turn these all to the night mode. So you want that bluish gray color, like that across. Now after that's done, after this row of slabs here, we're going to place down a row of 6 of these daylight detectors. And we're going to go ahead and again turn these all to that night mode. Then on the remaining iron trapdoors on the trailing edge here, we're going to go ahead and just place down another row of iron trapdoors on top of them. So again, all remaining iron trapdoors here will have that iron trapdoor on top of them. So again, really straightforward, easy stuff, nothing too complex. Now, once we get this done here, we're going to go ahead and then place down 1, 2, and 3 stone blocks here. And then we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 pistons. This here will be followed with a row of stone slabs of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then another row of daylight detectors that's going to bring us all the way to the side of the fuselage. So right here. And again, we're going to turn these all to that light bluish gray night mode. Now with that done, we're going to go ahead and then continue on with our stone. We're going to go ahead and place down another row of 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then taking our pistons, we're going to place down a row of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we have that done, we're going to take our stone slabs and we're going to run a row of stone slabs all the way to the side of the aircraft. So just like that. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down another row of stone. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then taking our pistons, we're going to go ahead and go with a row of 6 this time of pistons as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, we're going to take our stone slabs and we're going to run this all the way along the side here until we get to the front of to the side of the fuselage. Next segment here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stone full blocks, and then a row of pistons all the way along the side here till we connect up to the side of the fuselage. Next step here is going to be take our stone, and we're going to do a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stone, and then we're going to take our pistons and fill in the remaining space all the way to the side of the fuselage, so it will look just like that there for this first kind of segment of the wing. Now once that's done for our engines here, pretty straightforward stuff. We're going to go ahead and place down stone full blocks down the center, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then once we get, one less, so you're going to have a total of 5 here. We're going to go ahead and place down our black concrete and then our end rod or iron bar on the front here. To the sides, we're going to place down our 4 stone stairs. And then after that, we want to go ahead and place down 3 light gray stainless panes to connect us up to the wing there. And we're going to do the same thing for all of our engines. And just like that, we have all 3 engines complete, and that is what they should look like so far. We're going to go ahead and now focus our attention to the very outer wing tip. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the tip of our wing here. Now the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go off this stone full block here. We're going to place down a row of 5 of polished diorite blocks out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out to the side here. We're going to go ahead and go out and then back 1, and then a second one, so you have 2 here. We're going to go ahead and place down 3 of these diorite blocks at an angle, going right across here. Then we're going to go and place down 1 more, and then 1 more over, so you have a total of basically have a total of 2 there. So it's going to look like that there for your full blocks, and we're going to go ahead and just fill this all in with our polished diorite full blocks. We will also want to go ahead and grab some polished diorite stairs, as we will be going ahead and using those next here. We're going to go ahead and just place down 1 coming off this stone full block. Now, once we have that done, we're going to go and switch to our polished diorite slabs. We're going to place down 1 diorite slab that's going to come, top slab that's going to come off this space here. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and come off this same block, this time out to the side. We're going to go and go 5 out to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then an iron trap door. Going off the iron trap door, we're going to place down 2 top slabs back. Then we're going to go and go over with 1. And then that's going to be 2. Then we're going to go ahead and go back 1 again. This time we're going to go ahead and go back 3. And then over to the side here, 1 more. And then we're going to go ahead and again do 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and then come off the stair here with 1 and 2 slabs like that. Then again, it's just a matter of filling in the top slab. So again, here's a top-down view of what it should look like. So that's your shaping there. And we're just going to go ahead and again fill this in with our polished diorite top slabs. Like so. After that, we're going to go and then take our iron trap doors, and we're going to go and go off this row of 2 of top slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we want to place down an iron trap door, come off the slab here. And it's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then coming off this slab here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 1 iron trap door here. And then 2 that come out to the side there like that. So that's going to be your shaping there for that. And again, we'll take our iron trapdoors and just go ahead and fill in the inside here of our outline. So just like that. And after we have that all done right there, that is going to conclude what we have for this layer. Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. And from, zoomed out here, it looks like we're not missing anything. So we're pretty much good to go. Here is a top-down view of what it should look like so far with this layer all complete. We pretty much have, I think, only one layer left of the wings. So we're almost done with the wings, thankfully. And after the wings are out of the way, it's going to be kind of quicker from there on out. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and move into layer number 5. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and begin with placing down a black stained glass block on top of this gray concrete block. And then we're going to place down a second glass block directly behind that, followed by a black concrete block, and that's going to make your center line there for the front. Go ahead and move into the rear of the aircraft on top of our last 2 iron trapdoors from the previous layer. We're going to place down 2 polished direct full blocks, followed by 2 more, so a total of 4. So 2 stick past the trapdoor there on the back. We're going to go then place down 2 upside down pistons like so, and then we're going to place down 2 direct top slabs. Again, the alternative to the pistons here can be an upside down stair and a top slab instead. And then we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors forward. We're going to go then place down our 2 iron trapdoors here to the side. There are 2 top slabs. Again, the alternative here could be a top slab and then an upside down stair. For us though, we will be going ahead and placing down 2 upside down pistons like that. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 polished direct blocks back, then a black concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 polished direct blocks after that. To the side here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 direct walls, 1, 2 white stained glass panes, a black stained glass pane, and 1, 2, 3, 4 white stained glass panes like that. Also, from the previous layer, we do want to go ahead and make sure we put down birchwood signs if you have the pistons here. If you don't have the pistons, then just go ahead and disregard that. But we will also be doing the same thing here for these pistons here on the back. So just make sure you add those birchwood signs on the side there to help blend them in a little bit better. So that's what we have so far. Now, after these walls here, we're going to go and grab some diorite and some cobblestone. Now, this here is going to be basically necessary for the camouflage. We're going to be going ahead and placing down some diorite and cobblestone kind of mixed. So I'm not going to follow any particular pattern here. I'm just kind of mixing the two blocks together. They can obviously repeat like I have going on here, just kind of alternating all the way down, no particular pattern. You can have this the same on both sides, or you can make it different, but this here again is just for the camouflage of the aircraft, and we're going to bring it all the way to this block here. So again, we have that alternating block choice all the way along the side there, and that's on the side. And no matter what, if you're wanting just to have the plain gray up on top here, or if you're wanting to have the dark gray, we will be using cobblestone. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a full block here. So on top of that polished diorite right there, again, we're going to alternate these like so. Now, once we have that done, anywhere you have your diorite, we're going to place down a wall here, and then cobblestone off this. So if you have cobblestone diorite, you're going to place down cobblestone diorite, but you want 2 walls here regardless. Whatever's block that they're connecting to behind them, that is what you're going to base off what you choose. Same thing for our glass panes. If we have cobblestone, we're going to place down a light gray stainless pane. If we have diorite, we're going to place down a white stainless pane, and we want to have 2 panes here going forward. Now for our side of our gun, up here in the front, we have a polished black stone stair, and then a black stained glass pane in this section here. We're going to place down 2 end rods coming off the black stained glass pane, as well as a dark oak wood sign on the side of the pane, like so. And like we did before, we're going to go ahead and grab an item frame, place down an item frame here. In the item frame, we're going to place down gray concrete, and if we have, if you're on Java, you're going to place a dark oak wood sign on the front of the stair as well. So once that's all done, that will basically create that there for the forward gun. Now, after that is all complete there, pretty much what's left for us to go ahead and explore now is going to be the wings. So we're going to be going ahead and adding on what need to be added on to the wings, and let's go ahead and jump into that. Alright, so we have our wings set up, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and go to our engines, and across the iron trap door here, or the iron bar, and the black concrete, and these 2 stone blocks are going to place down 4 iron trap doors. And that's going to be the same for all 3 of our engines, like that, and that's going to finish them off like so. Now, once we get to this point, we're going to be going ahead and grabbing light gray carpet, and we're going to place it on these 3 stone blocks. They're going to be directly behind these 3 here that's in line with those pistons. We're going to go and take our gray carpet and extend this all the way to the outside. So all the way until we get to this polished diorite slab, and all the way to that point there. So just light gray all the way across there. We're going to go ahead and then place down an additional 2 more that go forward, like this. And then we want to go ahead and go to the middle carpets. This one here, we're going to go ahead and place down a carpet back, and then 1 and 2 over. Then we're going to place down a row of 7 of iron trapdoors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then after that, we're going to take our daylight detectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way to that iron trapdoor on the very end there. And we're going to go ahead and change all these trapdoors to the night mode. Or, sorry, daylight detectors to the night mode. We then want to take our gray carpet, and we're going to place down a gray carpet here, and then 1, 2, 3 over. We're going to go ahead and then take our iron trapdoors, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if you do plan on putting the German insignia on the aircraft, we're going to place down a a dark oak wood trapdoor here. This can be substituted for a iron trapdoor. If you're not, and then we're going to place down our iron trapdoor, and then we're going to go ahead and take our daylight detectors, and we're going to place down a row of 6 to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, we're going to turn these all to that night mode. Then we're going to take our stone slabs, and we're going to build this all the way to the very tip of the wing, like so. Our next row, we're going to go ahead and place down a carpet that is going to come off of the third one. So it's here, we have light gray carpet, and then we want to build 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and then we're going to place down 2 iron trapdoors, then again a dark oak trapdoor in line with that one, and then we have a total of 4 trapdoors over of iron, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 daylight detectors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again we'll turn those to that night mode, and then the remaining are going to be stone slabs all the way to the tip of the wing, like that. Our next row is going to start with a row of 3 of gray carpet, so we're going to go ahead and start with this space here. So our third gray carpet in that previous row, we have 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a black carpet, and then 2 black carpets, or 3 black carpets, then 2 dark oak trapdoors, again for the insignia. Again, you can substitute these out for light gray carpet and iron trapdoors. And then we have 5 iron trapdoors to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our daylight detectors, we're going to place down a row of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, turn those to that night mode. And we have our 5 stone slabs to the side there. After that is all done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a light gray carpet here. And then we're going to place down 2 white carpets, a black carpet, and 2 more white carpets. We then want to go ahead and place down a total of 7 iron trapdoors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to take our daylight detectors, and we're going to place down a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out to the side. And again, we'll turn this all to that night mode. So this is what it should look like so far. And continuing on, we want to go ahead and then place down a light gray carpet that is going to sit here. Then a white carpet, black carpet, 2 more white carpet, or sorry, 1 white carpet, then 1, 2, 3 light gray carpets, and then iron trapdoors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the side here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 daylight detectors. Again, turn those to the night mode. After we have that done, we're just going to take light gray carpet, and on the remaining slabs and iron trapdoors, we're going to go ahead and just place down light gray carpet like that. So that there is what you guys want. You should have the same thing on both sides, so just make sure it gets transferred over properly to both sides. But anyways, this is what it's going to look like for your top-down view. And with that all complete, that is going to wrap up everything we have for layer number 5 of the build. And we'll be going ahead and moving on to layer 6. At this point in time, we are also done with the wings, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and move on to layer 6. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down an air brick stair here that's going to go on top of this black stained glass block here. A black stained glass block behind that, and then a black concrete block like that to go ahead and form your center there. We're going to then go all the way to the rear of the aircraft to continue our center line by placing down a gray concrete block on top of this iron trapdoor, a black stained glass block going forward from it, and then a black concrete block like that, and that's going to conclude your center line. For that, after that, moving out to the sides, we're going to place down a gray concrete block after this, and then a black stained glass pane like so, and then a dark oak wood sign coming off the glass pane. We're going to go ahead and also take our end rods, and we're going to build 2 end rods going out from those glass panes like so. Like we did for the front turret, we're going to be going ahead and placing down an item frame on the side of this gray concrete in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign on the side of that block, like that again for my Java players. We want to go then take our polished diorite. We're going to go ahead and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 polished diorite blocks forward. And like we did before, we'll be going ahead and mixing our cobblestone and diorite, so we have our cobblestone and diorite mix. And then we're going to go ahead and place down, after 4 blocks of that mix, we're going to place down 3 black concrete. And then we're going to go ahead and resume our mixing of colors. So like that. Now once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and again be using the same technique. Wherever we have our diorite, we're going to be placing down a diorite wall. Wherever we have our cobblestone, we're going to be placing down cobblestone. However, we do have another brick wall that's going to be on that second block right there, no matter what. So I'm actually going to go ahead and swap this block out for black concrete on both ends. Then we're going to go ahead and continue 2 more walls. So again, kind of matching the material behind it. And we have another brick wall, which again, we'll swap out those blocks there and we'll place down our black concrete. And then we're going to go ahead and place down another 2 walls. So again, matching the material behind us. And then that brings us to this point here. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to place down a white stained glass, or white or light gray stained glass pane. Again, depending on what block you have here. Then we want to place down 3 black stained glass panes with the black concrete. And then we have our 3 more glass panes going back, again matching the material that they are connected to. So just like that. Now after that is all done there, we're going to go ahead and continue to go forward now. So for this section here, we're going to go ahead and place down a cobblestone or diorite, then a black stained glass block. Then we have 2 mixed blocks, black stained glass, 2 mixed blocks, black stained glass, 2 mixed blocks again, black stained glass, again 2 mixed blocks, black stained glass, 2 blocks, glass, 2 blocks, glass, 2 blocks, glass, 2 blocks, glass, and 2 blocks and glass. So you're going to have that alternating all the way along the side there. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 windows. And behind these windows, if you don't plan on doing an interior, we're just going to go ahead and fill this in with black concrete right behind the glass blocks, just to kind of fill in the void and just kind of make it look dark in there. After that, we're going to go and continue with our randomized blocks. We're going to place down basically 4, 5, 6, 7 more of these randomized blocks. And then we're going to go and switch over to our walls. So I'll just place down a cobblestone and then a diorite wall. And on the inside here, again, we're going to choose the blocks. So we have cobblestone behind our cobblestone wall and diorite behind our diorite wall. And we're going to go and then just place down 2 more blocks forward, randomized. And then we have our white stained glass with our diorite and our light gray stained glass with our cobblestone. We then want to place down 2 stone full blocks, and then we have our black stained glass pane right there on the side of that black stained glass block, and then a wither skeleton skull coming off that brick stair there. And once you have that all done, the last thing really for us to do is to actually go ahead and build the very bottom of our vertical stabilizers, which we'll be going ahead and expanding upon as we progress through the final layers of this build. But what we're going to do here is we're going to be going ahead and going from the 3rd polished diorite block from the gray concrete. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to be building a row out to the side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. And really all you're going to need is 2 slabs and 2 trapdoors to go ahead and make this, but pretty simple. Again, we have our row of our spacing that is going to be a total of 11 blocks. So we'll go ahead and go out 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have our stone top slab, 1 stone slab forward, iron trapdoor on both ends, and that right there is going to basically form up the start there of our vertical stabilizers. And with that, that's pretty much all we have here for this layer. One quick thing I do want to go ahead and mention is you can also add some banners on the side of the aircraft as well. This can be used to kind of form the identification for the aircraft. For me, I just did something random. We have A3 KL, basically white banners with black writing on it. I'm not going to show you guys how to make the numbers and the letter banners because there are plenty of tutorials out there that do cover that, and you can kind of customize it and make whatever you guys want. But basically how you want it is you want two banners on the left side of the black stained glass and two banners on the right side. So again, we'll do the same thing that we did over on the air side. So it reads A3KL, and over here left to right A3KL. So just make sure that gets done on both sides there if you do want to include it. Obviously you don't have to. We can also delete any of these markers that we used to go ahead and get us set up, as we will not need these any further. But anyways, that is going to wrap up everything we have for layer 6. Taking a look at the top down view, this here is what we should have with this layer all complete. With that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 7. Alright guys, so moving into our next layer here, we'll be going ahead and moving on to layer number 7. So for layer 7 to go ahead and get started with here, we'll be going ahead and placing down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of this black stained glass block, a stone slab, and then 3 black stained glass blocks back from that. We're going to go ahead and place down a black concrete block on the end of those black stained glass blocks. Also underneath here, the black stained glass blocks, you can go and fill this in with black concrete on the bottom there, just to kind of fill in that void, and so you can't just see into emptiness of the aircraft if you don't plan on doing it interior. That's going to be our front center line. We're going to go ahead and move to our rear. Our rear here, we're going to place down a black stained glass block on top of this gray concrete block, and then one more black stained glass block above the one from the previous layer, and then a black concrete block like so. To the sides here, we're going to place down a black stained glass pane coming off this block, and then a polished black stone stair here, and then just a diorite or cobblestone block right there next to it. Now we're going to place down 2 end rods coming off that glass pane forward, a dark oak wood sign on the side of this glass pane, and again, just like we did for the forward gun, we're going to place down an item frame, a gray concrete block in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign on the side of it if you are on Java. Now after we have that done, we're going to go ahead and take our alternating blocks. We have our diorite, we have our cobblestone, and we're just going to go ahead and kind of again randomize this on the side here. And this here is going to be a total of 8 blocks. So from this stair, 8 blocks randomized going back. We're going to go ahead and then go to our second from last block here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor, and then 1, 2, 3 forward, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side. So you have 2 rows of 4 there. For our outer, basically vertical stabilizers, we want to go ahead and grab some stone full blocks and stone slabs. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 4 of stone across the top of those blocks, and then a stone ups and down stair toward the rear of the aircraft, so like that. After we have that done, we're going to take our stone, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 stone blocks going forward, and then we're going to place down a white concrete block, and a black concrete block, and then another white concrete block. We're going to take our stone now and run this all the way to the front of the aircraft. So it's going to go all the way to the front, like so, and it's going to end right when we get that black concrete block that's right before the black stained glass. Now after that row, I'll go ahead and get you guys a count of how many stone blocks in total we have here, because it's quite a bit. It's going to be 46 blocks in total here along the side. Then we're going to place down 2 black stained glass blocks here in the front, a black stained glass pane, then an iron trap door. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 black stained glass panes to the side of those 2 glass panes like that. And also, if you want to, you can replace these 2 middle black stained glass blocks with black concrete, just to kind of help close off the cockpit a little bit more, make it look a little bit more darker, mysterious if you want to as well. Just a little thing you could do if you wanted to. Then on the side here, back from the glass panes, we're going to place down 2 more light gray stained glass panes, and then we're going to place down a row of stone stairs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35 back. Let me go and double check our count. And it is going to be 35 stone stairs back. We're going to go then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 light gray stained glass panes. Then we want to go ahead and place down a white stained glass pane, a black stained glass pane, a white stained glass pane, and then 2 more light gray stained glass panes back after that. So that right there is going to form the cross on the side of the fuselage and pretty much finish off what we have there for this layer. Again, just trying to make sure we're not missing anything and everything does appear to be good to go. Now, I do want to go ahead and take some time now to go ahead and also talk about the engines. So the props real quick. So since we have the engines completely done and out of the way, we don't have to worry about them any more further. I do want to go ahead and get the props put on them so we can just go ahead and finish them off all together. So for these, we're going to go ahead and start off by building 4 blocks out to the side. We're going to delete the first 3, and then we're going to place down wither skeleton skulls like that stacked on each other. We're going to go ahead and place down a polished black stone wall here, one more that goes up at an angle, and then a wither skeleton skull like that up from that. And then going down from this section here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull. That's going to sit like that. Then a polished black stone wall, and then a wither skeleton skull like that. So that's going to create the bottom prop. Or rather, we'll have it like that. So that is basically going to create your prop design. And you're going to go ahead and take the same thing and copy it over to all your engines. I'll go ahead and do it one more time, but just note that all 6 of your engines are going to have this same design. You can go ahead and rotate them any direction you guys want. So if you want to have them maybe face a different direction, you're more than welcome to. You want to have them, flipped or whatever, you can definitely do that. Or you can, change it up and do something yourself. But this right here is kind of one of the better designs I've found that can space out all the blades evenly for a tri-blade type of design, and also kind of keep it looking a little unique and not so boring. So looks pretty good. You'll take that same design for the props and copy it over to the other side. So pretty straightforward stuff there for that. And then also for my Java players, if you're not on Java, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the next layer. But we're going to be going ahead and using our debug stick here. And what we can do here is that we can go ahead and take our debug stick and we can left click our blocks here. And we can go ahead and basically find the prompt that says selected extended false. And for each one of our pistons, it's quite a bit, I know, but you're going to go ahead and right click each one of your pistons and you're going to go ahead and get rid of that wood portion. And it's going to create a really cool design here of having a kind of more sloped and gradual look to our wings. Now, one thing to go ahead and kind of take note of is that doing this is great, but if you do update, break a block, or place a block next to a piston, it will cause the piston to revert back, and all these pistons will go with it. So just make sure you try to be careful with your placement of blocks around them, and you shouldn't have to place anything more around here. But if you are planning on doing the camo, you may want to hold off on this because the camo will involve breaking blocks and all your pistons will get reset anyway. So you may want to hold off on that if you do plan on doing the darker gray camo. We also have the pistons on the bottom here of the aircraft as well. We want to make sure we go ahead and get those all set up. So the ones on the back there, and then we also have our ones on the front. But once we have those pistons set, you can see it really starts to kind of help with our shaping of our aircraft. Just kind of create some really nice gradual slopes, which I think look really good. And just kind of gets us closer to finishing off the build. And again, you're going to take the same thing and copy it over to this side here. With that though, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, which will be layer number 8. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 8. For layer 8 to go ahead and get started with here, we'll be going ahead and going to our front cockpit. We're going to go and place down a stone button on top of this black stained glass block. Then we're going to place down an air brick slab back from it, a black stained glass block, 2 stone blocks, a black concrete block, then a long row of stone full blocks all the way down the center line here of the aircraft for a total of 34 blocks. We're going to place down another black concrete block, and then again with our stone full blocks, another long row going all the way back for a total of 22. So again, you have your 2 stone blocks, black concrete, 34 blocks, black concrete, and 22 all the way to the back here. On the back, we're going to place down a black stained glass block, then another brick stair like so, and then we're going to place down 2 wither skeleton skulls on the side of the black stained glass and the nether brick stair. We're going to go then take our stone slabs, and we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Then we want to place down a stone stair like so. Stair coming off it, so you have a corner stair, a normal stair, and another corner stair. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32 stone slabs forward. Another stone stair like this, stair like that, so that's a corner stair, and then another corner stair here, stone slab, another brick slab, and then a stone button on top of this black stained glass block, like that, to go ahead and make the top there of the aircraft. Simple enough. Going back to the rear of the aircraft, we're going to go ahead and take our stone slabs. We're going to place down 2 rows of 4 stone slabs on top of the iron trapdoors from the previous layer. We're going to go ahead and then go up from this with our polished diorite to go ahead and make a row of 3 of polished diorite. or sorry, row 4 polished diorite, and then we have a second row, and then a third row of 3, like that. And then taking our iron trapdoors, we're going to go ahead and place down 3 rows of 4 of iron trapdoors coming off those diorite wall or diorite slabs. So just like that. After we have that all complete there, we want to go ahead and take our stone full blocks, and we're going to go ahead and just place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone full blocks across the vertical stabilizers like that to go ahead and continue to build those up. And once we have that done, that's going to be it for layer number 7. Again, here is a top-down view of what we should have so far with that layer all complete. And as you can see, she's starting to come together. With that, that's it for layer 8. We'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, layer 9. And after layer 9, we're just going to be working on our final layers. So with that, let's move on to layer 9. Alright guys, so moving into our next layer, we have layer 9. For layer 9 to get started with here, we're going to go and go to the top of the black block we placed previously, and we're going to place down a black stained glass block right on top of it. Now, when it comes to this section here, you can go ahead and do one of two things. You can go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull if you're not on Java. However, if you are on Java, we're going to place down a black stained glass pane. Now, we're going to go ahead and place this on all 4 sides of the block, and then we're going to place down 2 end rods going forward from these glass panes like that for our gun. Now what we can use next is the debug stick to actually go ahead and extend the glass pane to the sides here. And this may take some playing around with, but you're going to left click till you get a selected face, and you're going to go ahead and just extend it in that direction. So again, it's going to take some playing around with, but once you extend all the glass panes out to the sides there, you create a really nice look there for the little turret emplacement there. And then on top of that, real simple, we're just going to place down a dark oak trapdoor so we don't forget about it. Then we're going to go and skip from this glass pane 1, 2, and our third block from it, we're going to place down a nether brick fence post. Going ahead and skipping all the way back to our next black concrete block, we have this here, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So whatever you did for that turret back there, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So again, I'm going to be using my glass panes here and modifying the directions here of the glass panes to go ahead and form this design here, and then a black trapdoor on top of it to go ahead and make our second top turret. We're going to go and skip from the glass pane 1, 2, 3, 4, and on your 5th block from it, we're going to place down a nether brick fence post on top of that like so. After that's done, going ahead and going back to this section here, we're going to grab some light gray carpet, some stone slabs, and some of our polished diorite slabs. We're going to place down light gray carpet on top of each one of these polished diorite slabs. On top of the iron trapdoors, we're going to place down stone slabs. And then come off those stone slabs, we're going to place down, again, 4 rows of 3 of our polished diorite top slabs, like this, all the way to connect us to our vertical stabilizer. Now, at this point, our vertical stabilizer, we do have a bit of a different design we're going to be going ahead and implementing on this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be placing down a andesite wall, and then a nether brick. I got to go and double check here how I did this. But it's going to be another brick upside down stair, like this, and then another brick stair. And that's all we're going to do for right now. And the final layers will complete this, but just trust the process. It's going to look good once we have this done. But yeah, we're going to go and do that for right now. And then we're going to just place down 2 more stone blocks back from it, like so. And after we have that all done, that is going to wrap up everything we have for layer number 9 of the build. Again, here is a top-down view of what it should look like so far. And at this point in time, we'll be going ahead and moving into our last final layers and completing the tutorial here for the JU390C. As moving into our last final layers of the build, we have layers 10 through 13. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go and first go to this nether brick fence post. We're going to place down an end rod on top of it and then an iron bar. We're going to go ahead and go all the way to the other nether brick fence post to do the same thing, an end rod and an iron bar. And the space in between those iron bars, we're going to go ahead and fill with barrier blocks, structure blocks, or void blocks, whichever you want to call them. And then on the left side, and the left side only of the barrier blocks, we're just going to place down a row of stone buttons all the way along the side here, like that for our cabling in between those 2 posts. So it's going to look something like that there once all complete. Now on the very back here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 stone blocks on top of these right here. And what we want to go ahead and do next is we want to go ahead and place down what is going to be our nether brick stairs again. So we have our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down a nether brick stair like this, and then an upside down stair like that. So when you look at it from the side, it kind of looks like the swastika that they put on the side of the aircraft, or on the vertical stabilizer. So it kind of works out there, and we're just going to go ahead and place down a andesite wall like that. Now, once we have that done, we're going to take our light gray carpet and we're going to place down light gray carpet on top of those slabs there. And then going up from this, we're going to take our stone and we're going to place down a row of 4 of stone full blocks and then a light gray stained glass pane right here. We're going to go ahead and place down another row of 4 up and another glass pane. Then we want to place down a stone stair on top. So let me go ahead and grab that real quick. You have a stone stair on top and then 2 stone full blocks back and there's stone stair on the back. So it's going to look like that there for your vertical stabilizer. And we'll just take some light gray banners and place them on the side of these 2 blocks to help kind of fill in the holes there for the vertical stabilizer. It's not perfect, but it does work for what we're trying to do there. And that right there is going to complete your vertical stabilizer. And with that, that's going to complete everything we have there for layers 10 through 13. And with that, that's going to complete my kind of tutorial here for the JU 390C. We're going to be going ahead and now talking about the camouflaged version. So if you do want to build the camouflage on the aircraft, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a small segment talking about how I went about doing mine. But that right there is going to kind of finish the tutorial there for the aircraft altogether. And with that, let's go ahead and move into the camouflage. So when it comes to the camouflage of the aircraft, I went ahead and mixed in some darker gray to go ahead and do the 2-tone light gray and dark gray you can see in the version in front of us for kind of a more winter type camouflage. Now, the blocks I used were basically polished blackstone, stairs and slabs, some gray concrete, gray stained glass panes, dark oak wood trapdoors, and obviously gray carpet to achieve this. And basically the way you go about doing this is anywhere that you have stone is basically somewhere that you could swap out for gray. And basically it's just kind of splotches. So you can see we have a splotch here on the wing. We have a splotch right here. And you can see I also went ahead and changed the daylight detectors. So wherever the darker color is, has the light bluish gray. Wherever the stone is, I changed it to just have that normal daylight detector look. So you can also go ahead and do that if you want to as well. But you can see I just kind of replicated the camo. It's the same thing on both sides. I didn't do anything crazy or unique. But the wing's pretty straightforward stuff. You're just kind of mixing it in how you want it. Now on the fuselage, it's a little bit different. It's kind of striped a little bit. So we have like darker gray on the front here. We have some normal gray and then darker gray. And then the whole tail section here is pretty much gray. So basically some things you can do there. And obviously the vertical and horizontal stabilizers are no exception to it, with them being also having little splotches in there and using the polished blackstone stairs and slabs to go ahead and do the horizontals, and then your glass panes and blocks there on the verticals. So again, there's some options for how you guys can go about doing it. You can pause the video at any time and kind of copy my camouflage, or you can go ahead and try to do one for yourself. But they're pretty straightforward, really nothing too complex, and really not necessary to do a whole block by block tutorial of the camouflage. But anyways, that right there is going to wrap up my whole tutorial here for the JU3 390C. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be linked from a sign the build to my channel or this video if this does appear on your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free for projects you guys are working on. Other than that though, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 204, and I'll see you guys next time.